All right, we are recording. So my name is Brian Rhodes. We're here tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about Be Epic and a lot about the excitement that's going on. And we're going to talk some about ketones too. And I want to bring on a couple people tonight. We have a couple special guests. One of them, my buddy Demetrius, he's a green diamond in this company, which means he's at the highest rank. And the reason why he got there is he helped a lot of other people rank up, and that's what we do. And then I have some other friends on here, Mike and Aaron Cayley, fantastic double blue diamonds they've achieved. They've also went to the last event in Cancun. I can't wait for them to share their excitement over that. But first, this is a distributor training. So I kind of want to get right to the meat and potatoes. That's what I like to say, because those just dig right in. So what's going on in Be Up, and what right now, what's working, and what I'm seeing working, and what we're getting is a lot of customers for that ketogenic product. If you haven't tried this, it's called Be Keto. This technology is like no other. So the best way that I have got a lot of customers with this since it came out, and I've got a lot, is I don't just use my own knowledge for it, because that's the worst thing to do, is be a know-it-all. So what I want to focus on is a little bit about using tools. And it's not just your website. It's not just stories on Facebook. It's not just, a video. Here, watch this video. It's about relationships, and it's about finding something that, how do I say this? It's relatable to that person. So I like to use groups, which there's one group, it's like Keto for Life. There's just people posting story after story on how I'm on this product for 7 days, down 7 pounds. What? And some people are like, I'm using this as a pre-workout. I'm stronger in the gym. I last longer in the gym. I almost feel like I can go back and do more workout, work out more, because that's what ketones do. You get 38% more oxygen efficiency with ketones, which means your ATP, you breathe a lot better, without getting weird about this. And that's the one thing that is really important about ketones. So, all right, cool. If you're coming on too, go ahead and mute. So this product right here is by far the coolest technology that I've seen out, with any products and any product in the past, ketogenic related. There we go. Quit unmuting. I'm watching you. I'm just playing. So, but what this is doing, it's turning on your fat burning ability. It's helping burn that body fat. I'm not going to use big words, because I don't want you guys to use big words. And honestly, I don't even like saying big words. I like to just say burn fat. So our goal is, obviously, a lot of people's is to lose weight, right? You want to lose weight? Well, no, you want to lose fat. That's what you really want to lose. Because losing weight, sometimes you can do a water fast and lose all your muscle mass. But what that does is it reduces your independence later on in life if you don't have any muscle. Nobody wants to really be skinny fat. Nobody wants to have less muscle. Look at somebody that's in their 70s and 80s and 90s. If you can help them maintain more muscle, that means they can get off the toilet seat, they can get off the toilet easier and longer, and they can stay at home longer. I don't know if that's a good analogy or not, but just think about helping them keep muscle mass so that way they live longer and feel better. It's not all about losing the weight. Honestly, I would take your scale and walk to your balcony and just throw it out. Just make sure nobody's down there. Throw it out really far into the river or the lake that's going out there. Put on or go buy a dress that you're like, I can't fit in this right now. Hang it on the back of your door and try that on once a week. Not every day. Try it on once a week and just go by how you feel. Rhonda, it's not letting me do co-host. It would just make me make a full host. So I don't know. It's weird. So that's one of the things that I tell people. And then there's one thing that I do want to share. The one thing that I see the most with this, anytime someone does have an issue, it's electrolyte imbalanced. And my number one go-to is pink Himalayan salt or Celtic sea salt, or even black Hawaiian salt. Whatever you are using, probably pink salt, because that's what most of us buy now. And if you're using table salt, take that with the scale and throw them both out the window. And so just let you know, don't use table salt, use the pink salt. So that pink salt, that electrolyte will make you feel so much better. That's like when we take our green pill, those those micronutrients. A lot of people are micronutrient deficient. So you're electrolyte deficient, because when you're in ketosis or you're using ketones, you're in a diuretic state, and water just can't combat that. You need to get some pink salt in your life, or some magnesium, potassium, or calcium, but 99% of the time it's pink, it's sodium, and get that from a good source. So ketones are awesome. Utilize the groups because they see other people using it. Every time I add someone to a group and I'm not relatable to them, they go in that group and they're like, all right, where do I buy this? This lady literally is down 3 dress sizes in 3 weeks. I want what she's got. I'm not relatable to that. I don't even know what dress sizes are. I get in trouble all the time talking about them because I'm like, is that a small? It's a 26. I don't know what that means. So make it relatable. Find something relatable. And that's what I like to do, is don't be the tool, use the tools, because that way it's duplication. So when we were in Cancun, Dan talked a lot about duplication in numbers, which it is. It's about duplication. It's about numbers. If you want your business to grow, don't just focus on, oh, I just want to get this one. I just want to get this one. If you get the numbers in, get the amount of people, one of them is going to be an all-star, but then always touch base with those distributors that you have. Love on them. They're already in. You already influenced them enough to get started that they're ready to go. So you have people ready to go right there too. So that's one thing I really want to stress on, is touch base with your distributors you have, touch base with your former customers, see where people are at, love on them. That's one thing Ryan and Kylie will teach you as well too, is loving on people. And that's very important. And that creates a stickiness, being supportive, being there for calls or 3-way group messages, or doing anything you can to support your team. Hey, sorry. But now I want to bring on Demetrius. You were able to jump on here in a second. I can't see him right now. And all right. So Demetrius, right? So I met this guy. I was like, man, he likes Michael Jordan. He has a tag watch. So do I. I was like, all right, he likes basketball. And then come to find out, he's just a really good relationship builder and a people person, where he just loves to love people. And that's what these businesses are always about, is loving on people. It's not all about, who's the next person you can find, who's the next person. It's like, you build a relationship with somebody, they're going to look back 10 years from now and be like, man, I remember how awesome he was. I'm going to see what he's doing now. So, I've learned a lot from him just hanging out with him. He's made $100,000 in a week. I don't know. Honestly, I just start sweating just saying that. That's kind of crazy, and honestly, it's a dream come true. He talked about it in Cancun, but he is by far one of the coolest people I've been around. And Demetrius, you got the insights, the goods. You get me fired up every time I'm around you talking about Be Epic. You're right there in Utah. You're the green diamond. Give us some just encouragement, drop some nuggets on us, and I'll quit talking. I drank keto a little bit ago. So
hey, you're the man, brother. Hey, can you hear me okay? Am I coming in good?
Yeah, you're good to go.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brian. Guys, Mr. Brian Rhodes, man, what a blessing it is for us to be able to have him in our company. Him and the Kayleys, they come from an extensive background already with keto. And it's awesome that we now have keto with Be Epic. So we've got experts now that we can work with and partner up with. And, even though we're not in the same team per se, meaning we're not monetarily connected. But that doesn't matter. When you meet people like Brian and the Kayleys, you definitely want to rub shoulders with them. You want to work hand in hand with them. So I'm grateful for you guys. I'm grateful that we got to hang out in Cancun. Man, that was a fun trip. That was a blast. But I'm excited to continue to work with you guys. You'll see that we're going to work a lot more with Brian and, his wife, Sarah, and the Kayleys. And, we all collectively work together that we can actually do a lot more. I heard a saying a long time ago in this industry that made a lot of sense. If you want to go fast, go by yourself. If you want to go far, go in a group. And, collectively, we can change so many more lives. We can have more fun. Sometimes it's interesting that people will get in this industry and, they don't work with people that aren't directly in their team or, sidelines or cross lines. I've never liked that. I've never had that attitude. I believe that there's an abundance that we can all have. And when you have that abundance mentality, And there's so much that I've learned from Brian and from the Kayleys as well, and from so many other people that are on here. And even in the past, I've learned and built relationships. See, one great thing I love about this industry of network marketing that we're in is the relationships that we build, right? Because we're connecting with like-minded entrepreneurs, and you can learn so much from people who are building this business, right? There's what is that saying? There's like more than one way to skin a cat. It's kind of a weird saying, like, why on earth would you skin a cat anyway? Like,
Right.
I've seen it in the Philippines. I actually ate cat in the Philippines when I lived there. Didn't know it until after. Um, anyway, sorry. But right, there's a lot of different things that you can learn from a lot of different people. And I've learned so much and continue to learn so much. So I'm excited for where we're going with Be Epic. It's been a crazy, what is it now? 15 months. I don't even know. We launched December 1st, Ricky V and I. It's crazy to think about how much our lives have changed. I was just talking to him right before this Zoom, and it's crazy. He's out there. It's his anniversary. They're in Miami, right in your neck of the woods, Brian. I mean, they're just in this beautiful Airbnb, living their best life, having options. And at the end of the day, folks, this comes down to, who wants more options in their lives? If you want more options right now, drop a 1 in the comments. That's really what it comes down to. Okay. This business is so simple. The ABCs, the nuts and bolts, the 1, 2, 3s, they're so simple. And it all comes down to a couple of things, right? I met somebody that's made over $100 million in the industry, and they broke it down so simply. They said, we do basically 4 things. Every company will tell you, this is the 4 things. Every leader will tell you, this is the 4 things, right? We make a list, we invite, we show the plan, and we follow up. That's it. I mean, what else do we do? And when I heard that, I was like, wow, that's it. Now I could talk for over an hour on each one, make a list, right? Our founder, Mr. Dan Putnam, talked about making a list in Cancun. It was such a great training. I think it's something that's so undervalued and underutilized. If you don't have a list, what do you have? That's your inventory. And there's so much I can talk about on making a list, right? But I don't want to get on here and talk about the 1, 2, 3s, the ABCs, right? The nuts and bolts, because you can do all of those. In fact, I've seen it. I've done it myself. I've been in this industry a lot of years. I've had a lot of experience. I've had a lot of ups and downs, had a lot of success, had a lot of failures. Okay. You can, and I meet people all the time that are saying, I'm doing everything to a T, but I'm not getting the results. And, something hit me a while back that I talked a little bit about in Cancun. It's going back to the 4 things: make a list, invite, show the plan, follow up, right? Those are the nuts and bolts. It doesn't matter if you're using social media. It doesn't matter if you're belly to belly, online, offline. It all boils down to multiple exposures equals multiple closures. If you're exposing a lot of people, you're going to get a lot of closures. If you're exposing a lot of people, you're going to get a lot of eyes on what you're doing. And the cool thing is, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. I get excited when I know what we have, because I know the products work and I've seen them work firsthand. And with the flood of testimonials we're seeing with Be Keto, I get really, really excited thinking about where we're going to take this opportunity. But the cool thing is, it doesn't matter. But when you have something like we have, that means you can have a higher close ratio. So instead of 1 out of every 10, maybe you can double it, 2 out of every 10. Maybe you get really, really good and you get 3 out of 10. And one thing I learned early on in my career is you don't have to bat 1,000. You don't have to bat 1,000. And what you lack in skill, you make up in numbers, right? What you lack in skill, you make up in numbers, meaning anybody can be successful if you just work the numbers, right? Our job number 1 is just to expose as many people as possible, share what we have with as many people as we can, move people from one exposure to another exposure to another exposure until closure. And that, my friends, is why we launched 100% Epic December 1st. And people ask me all the time, what's the number 1 tool that you've used? And it's been that Facebook group. Brian talked about the power of groups, right? Because in a group, say 100% exposure, 100% Epic, right? Sorry. You get multiple exposures. So you get a person, you add them to a group. Now on their own time, they got these Stories. Remember, facts tell, stories sell. Utilize the stories to your advantage. Remember, documentation beats conversation. All these things I've heard in the industry that I'm like, oh, that's a fun saying. They're true. They actually make sense. There's a reason that these sayings exist. Documentation beats conversation. A picture, right? Look at the before and after pictures and how powerful those are in building your business. 100% Epic page now has approaching 400,000 members. We did that with a handful of products. We just barely got Be Keto. Imagine what that's going to do with the Be Keto testimonials. Imagine what that's going to do to people's businesses. Okay. I get really, really excited thinking about where we're at and thinking about how the simplicity of those nuts and bolts, right? Make a list, invite, share the plan, follow up. That's why we went with the ATM method, add, tag, message, 100% Epic page, because of the multiple exposures that people have. Okay. It keeps a list, right? In the group, that's a list. So you add people to the group. There's a list that it shows who added them. If you added people to the group, it shows that you added them. And then they get the multiple exposures. And then it's crazy. I wouldn't recommend it, right? But I see so many people coming back to the person that invited them before they even had a chance to update or follow up. Give an update, follow up with them. I've never seen that before. And that really just goes to show the power of what we have. Just a couple of things in the numbers. You know, we saw 50% retail. We're like, we're going to hit a home run. We're going to help a lot of people make an extra $500,000 a month. And I'll tell you, most people do network marketing to make an extra $500 to $1,000 a month. That's the masses. Okay. Most people already have a job. Most people already do what some people like their job. Okay. And I'm not going to be the one to say, oh, your job sucks. Ah, look at you. You got a job. Oh, whatever. Like, I would never do that. You know, I was driving Uber 16, 17 months ago, and I'm not knocking on that profession. You know, I did it to get by and to pay the bills, and I'm grateful for that opportunity. You know, but it's like people do what they have to do. But until you value more of what your time is worth, right, you're not going to do anything more valuable with it. So Ricky V and I rewind it like 17 months ago. December 1st, we launched. We got really, really excited. And we had a lot of success because we kept it simple. We kept it super simple, guys. That's another key. Keep it simple. Follow the system, right? The Rhodes, the Kayleys, like they've had a lot of success. Follow the system. Ricky V and I, we've had a lot of success. You know, just some of the numbers, we've already put in over 100,000 brand partners as a team, as a One Revolution team, right? I don't know the numbers for the entire company. I don't know what, you know, Brian and them are doing. I know they're crushing it. They're doing big things. That's just our team alone, right? That we've been able to see. That's with a not so great back office, right? A not so great foundation on the corporate side. It worked. It got us to where we are, but something special happened. And those that were in Cancun can attest. We were able to see the evolution of Be Epic. We were able to hear from the founder to introduce different corporate staff that we have today. Our corporate staff is 20 times better than what it was when Ricky and I got started. Even when you know, Brian came in, our corporate staff is so much better. Okay. And we all collectively, my team, your team, everybody here collectively, we outgrew what the company could sustain. That's what it is, what it is, right? Congratulations. You guys are amazing. You guys are rock stars. Okay. And that was with less products. Now we've got Be Keto. We've got some more ridiculous products that are coming that are going to be like game changers. Okay. That was before the back office that we have launching. New back office. Everything's going to run smoother. Retention is going to go up. Everything is going to change. Everything is about to change. And you have an opportunity now to do something special. I don't like to talk about what I've done. I don't like to talk about the money that I've made. But the only reason we've made a multiple $1 million income already in Be Epic is because a lot of people are making money. And that's where the magic is here, is if you help a lot of people make money, your money comes naturally. And like I said, that magic number, $500,000 a month, there's so many people out there right now that would love an opportunity to make an extra $500 to $1,000 a month. How simple is it here in Be Epic? It's the simplest way to $500 to $1,000 a month that I've ever seen in the industry, in any industry. Okay. And that's why we have grown the way we've grown. So now that the company now is ready to take on global expansion. See, they weren't really ready to take on global expansion. Now they've got the necessary people in place for massive global expansion. Now we've got a better back office that's we're literally weeks away. Could be days, could be 2 weeks approximately waiting. They're doing testing right now as we speak. They want to be able to test it, make sure everything's working smoothly before they officially launch it. Couple of weeks away from the premier back office in the industry. Couple of weeks away from being able to run smoothly with our partners, our sister company, Digital Profit, okay? Which is going to take us globally overnight with financial services such as Forex trading, automated crypto trading that's going to be hot, broadcasted Forex services. I mean, game-changing services. And we're right there. We're right there. So take a moment, guys, right now and just get excited about where you're at. Get excited about the opportunity that you have. So it all boils down to this, and I'll end with this. People can do all the right actions. I've been guilty of it. I've done all the right actions, okay? But until you believe that what you're doing is going to change your life, what you're doing is going to set your family up, what you're doing is going to make a difference, what you're doing, if you don't have belief in it, all people are going to see, all people are going to feel is lip service, okay? Because you could be doing all the right things and still not have that success, because the number one influencer is your belief. People follow people. Write that down. Above and beyond anything, people follow people. And Brian showed his pen. I'm glad you showed that, bro. Let me, I had a really nice pen in here, but just like everything else, my kids, I had that same exact pen. Get out of here. I have that carbon fiber pen. Now I got to find it. Dude, shut up. Are you serious?
It's from Porsche.
You see this carbon fiber? This is a carbon fiber racing pen. Dude, I'm always copying Brian. I don't know who's copying who, but okay, cool. Anyways, last thing I'll say is this, guys. This is so fun. If you want to be a massive success in this industry, start acting as if. Start acting as if. You're already there. It's already happened, okay? Your belief has to be high. You have to be vibrating at a certain level in order to move people into action, okay? So picture this scenario. Here's this pen. Here's the ink. Here's the pen, right? You can twist it so that where there's either no ink or there's ink. The problem is this, okay? Now there's no ink in this pen. No matter how beautiful the pen is, this is a beautiful carbon fiber pen. You can relate this to Be Epic, okay? No matter how beautiful it is, you can be trying to write all you want, but without this right here, without the ink, you cannot leave an impression. And I've seen it too many times where people will be doing all the right things, but their belief isn't turned on. They have no belief. They're saying, I'll believe it when I see it. And you can never impact people that way. You can never have success that way. Successful people, they see it when they believe it. When you believe it, you already see it happening, okay? And without this ink switched, without your belief, your ink, just so you guys know, is your belief. If your belief is low and you have no ink, it doesn't matter what you write down. It doesn't matter who you talk with. People aren't going to be moved. People are not going to follow you because people follow people who know where they're going. The thing that you guys have to work on right now is your belief. Do you believe that in the next 6 months, in the next year, you're going to be hitting those goals? You're going to be living the life that you deserve. Ricky and I, we believed it. I know Brian believed it. We've had those conversations. When he saw the opportunity, he believed he was going to crush it. The Kayleys, now I know they believed it. We spent some time with them in a diamond retreat in Utah a couple months ago, okay? Do you believe that you're in the right vehicle that's going to give your family freedom and the options that they deserve. Do you believe that? Yeah. Ron, a great point. Your biggest recruit is yourself. When you work on your belief, guys, if you believe that what you're doing, you're in that zone where you kind of are in alignment. Alignment's a powerful word. You're in alignment with what you believe and what you're doing. You get this power. It's almost like you're a Jedi. You will join me. You will sign up with this link. We will change lives, right? You almost become a Jedi, and you can start using the Force as you influence other people. But if you don't believe it, they're not going to believe you, okay? I believe with everything that I have, that what we are about to do will be historic. I believe that each and every one of you is here right now for a reason. Things don't just happen. They don't just happen, right? You had enough faith that you were brought here right now to be on this Zoom, to be at the time where we are and be epic for a reason. You know, the next step is, what do you do with it? Because somebody's going to crush it. Somebody's going to do big things. I believe that each and every one of you has an opportunity to help a lot of people and to get everything that you've ever desired. It's pretty crazy what's happened in my life. I mean, I wish you guys could spend a day in my shoes and really see what this opportunity has done, and Brian's as well. And, you know, I've spent time on Brian's penthouse up in Miami, seeing that amazing view. I mean, it was awesome. It was inspiring for me. But I wish you guys really believed and knew what you had right now, because I promise you, if you knew there, you wouldn't stop talking to people. You'd be team no sleep. Like we're about to see with this next May 1st, we're about to make another 90-day run. That's going to be crazy. I'll invite you guys to run with us and change a lot of lives. And we're about to make some serious noise here in Be Epic. So that's it, guys. I really appreciate the opportunity. Brian, you're a rock star, brother. I'm excited to come hang out with you more out there in Miami and try to get me some abs like you, dude. I don't know. I need some help with that, but you know, it's great seeing you. Great seeing you. You know, what else do we have on?
I took a whole bunch of notes, man. Thanks so much for coming on, because that's one thing, the belief part. When I was at the top of my game and Be Epic, I just my focus, my belief, everything was just so strong. And I even had to talk about that today with Rhonda, and she's like, get rid of the distractions, you know, and get focused. That's where you're going to be your biggest recruit. So thank you so much for coming on and taking your time away from your family and everything, and dropping all those gold nuggets. We have same pins, same watches, same shoes. Let's have some fun. You know, I love it. And I wanted to also bring on Mike and Eric Kaylee. I mean, these guys are superstar, the most supportive couple that I've ever worked with in any kind of network marketing company I've ever been in. And I want you guys to just kind of share, because you've been to a lot of different events, corporate getaways and retreats and all over the place. What was so exciting about Cancun? How is it different than anything you've ever been to? And why would we not want to miss the next event?
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Demetrius, if you're still on, that was awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, amazing. Amazing, brother. The bad thing is now that we're following that part right there, I mean, you nailed it. You know what I mean? So it's almost like we want to keep our part really short, just so what you finished with is so strong in all of our minds, honestly, you know. And if not, guys, go back in and watch this recording when we post it, because man, that was powerful stuff. Like,
for sure,
touched me huge. And it kind of leads right into what we experienced in Cancun, is the leadership and the character, right? The people that we're around, those are the kind of people that I want to spend my time with, right?
The kind of people you want in your circle, like no matter where you're at, any time of day.
Yeah. So, and we experienced that there. And with this company and with networking and relationship building, like he's touching on, like we're building relationships and being paid for it. You know what I mean? Like, it's amazing to me that how it levels the playing field. As I was saying, it doesn't matter our background. When we're in Cancun, I mean, you're talking, it didn't matter where you're from, country, state, you know, what your background is, what you were doing for a living beforehand. I mean, you can succeed if you put your mind to it, right? It's an activity base and a belief system. And are you good at building relationships? You know, Don't be weird. Don't go out there and be weird to people and try to sell stuff. People know you. They're going to be like, he's being weird. Like he's up to no good, right? Just be yourself, man. And just really live that. And that really touched me in Cancun, but also the time freedom, what they put there for us, for anybody to get.
Like from the time we got there, I'll be honest, like I was hesitant to go because of the whole COVID, like the test. I'm not going to lie, having to do that test freaked me out. Like it almost made me, like that was almost reason enough for me to say, no, I'm going to pass. I'll stay home in Wyoming. Like why would I stay in Wyoming in the wind and cold over Cancun? So we decided to go. And from the time we touched down, like I was amazed. We've been to events, you know, where you're expected to be in meetings from sun up till sundown and where you don't get breaks and all kinds of sort of things. But this was just so relaxed. And we had one morning of a short meeting, a couple hours of Dan, which it was totally worth the time of like, yeah, we're in Cancun, but sitting in front of the room for 4 hours listening to him, like it just kind of reinstilled everything I felt over the last year. We've been doing this for a year now, and there's no way I would have missed that 4 hours of listening to Dan because he's so knowledgeable and he's done this. He's been in our shoes. He's done it. If somebody that's done it is sitting there giving you all the tips and tricks, listen, like just like Demetrius did and just like Brian does, like when there's somebody that's willing to pour into you, take that knowledge. But at the same time, we're at this event and we were just totally catered to. I mean, we're in the meeting and they had food prepared for us. And really that was the only thing, was that one little meeting. And the rest of the time was spent doing whatever you wanted to do. You want to go to the beach? Cool, go to the beach. You want to go to the pool? Cool, go to the pool. You want to go shopping? Fine, go do it. Like, it was like a vacation. We had our short little meeting, but it was not like a rigorous business training, like do all these meetings and do all these things. Like I seriously, like I've met so many people there that I've built relationships on with Facebook within the company. I saw the Angie's on here and Joanna and Allie from the UK. They're the most amazing women ever. But I left there like seriously sad. And I'm like probably going to tear up because I met some of the most amazing people and built some of the most amazing relationships in just those few short days hanging by the beach and by the pool. Like being around people that want the same thing that I want. And like Brian said, it wasn't based on rank. It wasn't all the big top dogs in the company that were there. If you put in the work and you worked your butt off to get there, you were there. Like they didn't care what rank you were. I've been in companies where that's the first question they ask you, what rank are you? Whose team are you on?
I don't even think that conversation was brought up with all the relationship building and all this time we spent with people. Even though we have freedom to do what we wanted, you know what we all do naturally? We all knew we were there for the same purpose, and you find yourself building more relationships with people, and naturally we just talk about what we've been doing and how we do it.
Strategizing with each other and tips and tricks. And
so, yeah, what we put together was something that's so powerful that why wouldn't you want to learn from somebody else, you know, that's doing what you're doing and succeeded to be in the top 100 of the company? You know what I mean? Like, obviously everybody there put in some work and knows some people, and people believe in them. And that's what we want. I mean, everybody that's on here, you're taking your time out of your evening with your family to be on here with us and for all of us to share. And, you know, let's just keep building relationships and just let's all earn these next ones.
Don't miss the next event in Dallas.
Yeah, do not.
Like, no matter where the event is or what it's about from here on out, you guys, like, don't miss it. And especially these incentive trips, don't miss them. Like, work your tail off, do what you need to do, believe in yourself, hit your goals, and do not miss them. I'm not joking when I say we were catered to. Like, we walked in the doors of the hotel. They had drinks waiting for us. They had cool like canvas beach bags, and just constantly we had special colored wristbands compared to everyone else in the hotel. So everyone knew if they saw our blue wristband, they knew we were with the Be Epic event, and they were right by yourself. What can I do? Do you need anything? What can I get for you? And it was just like, I've never been to an all-inclusive resort because traveling has never been like my thing. I was blown away. Like, I left there telling Mike, when are we going again? Like, it was that amazing.
So I don't know if you guys have ever had this, but but I never even knew it was such a thing. So there was people there. They had a butler with their room.
Angie's
dude.
on here. Angie had a butler.
Not sure about you guys, but I've never had a butler. I didn't have one on this trip, but I think I want a butler for my room next time. I mean, legit. Who gets a butler with their room? That's pretty sick.
Love it.
Yeah, like for real. I think Dallas is August 20th. Is that right, Brian?
I think so. I was like, I didn't know if I should say it out because I didn't know for sure. I don't know the exact place it's going to be yet either.
Yeah, we don't have all the specific details, but August in Dallas. That's what we do know. So make sure you.
All we're knowing. Yeah.
Working on dates still. Okay.
That's kind of what I thought. And, I mean, thanks for dropping the bombs. I mean, I wrote down some notes too from you guys, and it's all about relationships and like being able to be yourself at an event finally was one big takeaway for me. It was like, wow, I could just be myself. And that's something I've never really kind of been able to really do. So, I had some things to talk about, but I just got so happy when you said something about a butler. I forgot all of it.
Like Brian just said, so how he's saying how he could be himself. This is the first, like Demetrius said, him and Ricky were talking and said, this is it. This is the one. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. When Mike had talked to Brian about this opportunity with Be Epic, he told me, he's like, I just have a feeling this is the one. And when you're around the people and you get around the culture and you see the hearts that even our executives, like they're the most amazing people. When you get around that, it totally will solidify every little ounce of belief you thought you had and make it that much more clear. Oh, hi, Briley.
She said, what I was going to say too, I remembered, and this is something that maybe this is you and it's me. I went through my major list of people I have influence with, but like what I did a couple weeks ago was reach out to somebody that has major influence. And he wouldn't have just went and bought though. Like I spent money buying the product and just mailing it to him. I mailed him more than a whole 30-day supply. I don't suggest just going and doing that for everything. But in this case, he took it with him. He took it to the gym. He has major influence. He handed it out. He told everybody, use this in a fasted state, either right now if you're fasted, because most of them do. He's around a lot of low-carb ketogenic people. All of them love the workout that they got with the Be Keto. And he's like, dude, how do I smash this? And I just literally, he's not a compensation plan. I don't want to confuse him. I'm like, anybody that buys from you make 50%. And he's like, I'm in, and he wouldn't have done it though, if I wouldn't have got the products in his hand. So find people that do have influence. Even if you don't feel like you have major influence, utilize the product to put in their hand and put it in someone's hand that does have influence, and see what happens from there. It might be a bust, but I've seen some of the biggest teams built by somebody just mailing a 30-day or even back in the day, a smaller supply of ketones to somebody and boom, their team blows up because they put it in the hands of somebody that wasn't a believer until they got their hands on the product. You look at the keto group, you don't really believe like 7 pounds in 7 days. There's no way. And then you get on the product and you lose 8 pounds in 7 days. And you're like, that person wasn't crazy, So that's what it's all about, is just get out there and share this. So thanks, Demetrius. Thanks, Mike and Aaron. I'm so excited.
Thanks, guys.
I'm so excited for August. I'm excited for the event. I'm excited for that new back office, being able to have people order as many times as they want, the new look of it. I heard it's fantastic. Everything's going to run smooth. We're excited for what's going on here. So thanks for jumping on tonight. We'll have some more next week.